But I've got another video camera over here, so if I'm ever looking this way, it's for that video camera for the YouTube channel. And this video camera, if I'm ever looking this way, it's because I'm live on Facebook right now. So we are going to start the pasta salad because it's super good. And Karen and Marcus, Jolly, hello. How are you guys doing? I'm assuming it's probably Karen that's on. And Jennifer, I'm gonna try to catch everybody as you come on to the video. If I don't catch you, I'm sorry. If I don't say your name, like, just say, Jenna, give me a shout out or something, like do a little message so that way, because I'm gonna be chopping things and we probably don't want me to be looking at this while I'm chopping. But anyways, we're doing a pasta salad tonight. Oh, Christine, 3 girls and a boy. We need to catch up. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna turn the burner on for our pasta salad. And the pasta salad that we're doing tonight is a super easy one, super, actually quite healthy one, because you can add whatever veggies you want to add to it. You can use, a lot of people use the bow tie pastas, and that's wonderful, but I am switching to these veggie pastas, which have just got a lot more fiber and a lot more minerals in them. And they actually taste, these ones actually taste really good. So that's for the Facebook folks to see, and that's for the YouTube folks to see over there. Dogs, out of here. I've got well, 3 of my 7 dogs are in the kitchen right now wrestling. So, let's see. I'm going to actually put the dogs, I think I'm going to put, oh no, I can't put Axel and Buddy out. Okay, they're all out now. I'm going to shut the gate. Hold on. Max, stay focused. Thank you, Max. This is why I love you, Max. Stay focused, Shanna. Okay, so pasta salad. So the water is getting ready to boil back there, and so it has already heated up before I started the video. So anyways, we're going to boil the pasta, and while we're boiling the pasta, we are going to cut our veggies. Now I've already cut up a green pepper and a yellow pepper. There's for you YouTube folks. I cut up a green pepper and a yellow pepper, and I'm also going to put a red pepper in there. And you can choose to put just 1 pepper in. You can do 3. During Christmas, if I ever make this pasta salad at Christmas, I love to put in a green pepper and just a red pepper because it's the green and red festive thing. So anyways, we are going to cut up our bell pepper. And what video was it that I showed you how to cut up a bell pepper? I don't remember, but I'm going to show you how to cut up a bell pepper right after we put the pasta in. But we also are going to put some green onions, the green onions in this recipe, and we're just going to chop those up right down to the white here. We're going to chop up a little bit of the white. Now when you get green onions from the store, make sure you wash them well and dry them, because green onions are known for salmonella, and so you want to make sure that you wash those well. And when I'm talking about washing them, you know, rinsing them off and shaking them off under the faucet, that's plenty good. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about washing. And we're also putting pepperonis in this recipe. And of course, I'm using turkey pepperoni because I don't want to die. For those of you that don't know, I have the alpha-gal allergy, and so I can't do any mammal products. Although lately, dairy and gelatin haven't been bothering me, but any kind of other mammal does. Black olives, totally optional. If you like them, put them in. If you don't like them, don't put them in. That's the wonderful part of it. Cheese. This is the only recipe when I make it for like other people that I actually use the bagged shredded cheese instead of shredding it myself. Brooke, hi Brooke. And so if you save the bulbs and put them in water, they regrow more onion in a few days. Yes, yes they do. These are one of the regrowers that you can put, like this one doesn't have the little roots at the bottom, but if they've got the roots, you can put them in water and they will grow the green up again. Natalie, thank you for mentioning that. I grow these in the garden, so we put them in the soil out there. But yes, you can definitely, on a windowsill, a sunny windowsill, it's perfect, absolutely perfect. So we got the pepperonis. Now, the seasoning that you're going to put in this, you can either use a single Italian seasoning packet like this, found in the aisle with your dressings. There's for the YouTube folks. Or you can make up your own. And I make up my own Italian dry seasoning, and I'll give you what it is, but the ingredients of it. But I'm also going to put it in, when I put this video on YouTube tomorrow, I'll put it in that video description. So if you don't catch it now, either ask me to repeat it, or you can wait till tomorrow in the video description of the YouTube video of making this pasta salad, and it'll be there in the description. So the dry mix that I use is 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, a tablespoon of dried parsley flakes, a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of sugar, and you can make that less if you want. I'm just a sugar fiend, we all know that. A teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of dried basil, a teaspoon of lemon zest, or a teaspoon of lemon pepper seasoning. And I like to put the fresh lemon zest in, and I'll show you guys how to do that here in a second. Or you can use a teaspoon of the lemon pepper seasoning. Totally up to you. A quarter teaspoon or a pinch of thyme, and a quarter teaspoon or a pinch of celery salt. Axel, quit. Enough. So yes, I'm going to actually put our pasta in the water back here that's boiling before it boils over. Before you cook pasta, make sure you put salt in the water. And if you've got a nice big pot of pasta water boiling, like about a half a tablespoon of salt you always want to salt your water. So just throw some salt in there. There you go. Always, always salt your water. And then we're just going to put this whole box of pasta. And once again, we're using this veggie rotini. You can use, the common pasta for this recipe is a bowtie pasta. But I really do love this veggie rotini. Once again, it's got great vitamins and minerals, and the fiber is out of this world. So we're going to put that in. And we're going to keep the lid off. But because I'm doing the videos over here, I'm not going to be watching this super closely. And so we are going to put the wonderful boil over no more thing on top, so that way it doesn't boil over and make my stovetop completely a mess. And if you want to get one of those boil over no mores things, look back at my spaghetti sauce. I'll put it in the description of where you can get it in tomorrow's video for this on YouTube. But I know I have it in the spaghetti tips and tricks video on our YouTube channel, which is Simple Hobby Homesteading. So if you want to find out where to get that boil over no more, it's on there. But anyways, yeah, that boil over no more is so handy. I use it all the time for pasta, and then I use it a lot for potatoes as well. So what I do to cut peppers is I just cut the top off, and I cut the bottom off, and I put them aside because I do usually use them. And so then I cut just down the side, whoops, just down the side like this. And then I take and I just cut around. Now this has got a baby pepper in it, so we're going to take that out. I just cut around to get that white part out. You can always turn it this way, and you're just cutting around and just kind of slicing just gently. And then you've got that whole middle that you just take and put in your chicken bowl or your pig bowl. My pigs love it equally. And then you can go back if you need to and get some more of that white out. White out, haha, like the, do you guys remember white out? Did you ever use white out? I love watching these videos, Gidget. I love watching you, Gidget. Seriously, I love watching your kids, Gidget. You've got such neat pictures and stuff of your kiddos. So then we just cut it into like strips. We're just going to cut this into strips. And a lot of times, if it's a big pepper, you know, I'll cut a bunch of these strips, and then I'll use whatever, I'll dice whatever I need to use for the recipe, and then I'll just leave some strips in like a Ziploc bag for me to snack on, or the kids to snack on the next day. Jody, I saw that, so cute goats. I know! And today was their first time outside. And so they got to soak up some vitamin D, and their mom got to eat some grass and just stretch her legs a little bit and be away from the kids. Because what she did is that mommy goat took her two kids, a little boy and a little girl, and she stuck them in the sun over by our old compost bins where it was nice and warm and away from any danger whatsoever, and she could still see them and everything, but she just kind of stuck them there, and then she went off to eat, like went off to just do her thing and eat. And it was so funny because those babies just laid down and, I mean, just like fell asleep, and they were soaking up the sun and loving every second of it. And in that way, goats are a lot like deer. They will stash their kids somewhere where it's safe, and then the kids will be nice and quiet until mommy comes back. And so that's the nice thing too. If I let the goats, mommy goats free range with their babies, a lot of times I freak out because I can't find the babies, because the moms will stash them somewhere in the barn, like in the little crevices of the hay or something, or just in a cat carrier, just the weirdest places. They'll stash them, and the babies don't say a word until the moms come back. And so if the mom doesn't come back to them right away, I can't find them, and that freaks me out. The mom probably knows right where they're at, but it always freaks me out because I don't know where they're at. And so I just kept an eye on them today, and I was glad that she stashed them somewhere in plain sight. So that pasta is going to take about 7 minutes to cook. And when you have these tops, I don't like to use that middle part where it's real white. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to kind of trim along the edges here. And I'm going to throw the extra in the chicken bowl. And I'm going to chop these up. I'm just going to dice these just like I did the other ones. And once again, you can put as many or as little peppers as you want in there. Some people don't like the red or the green or the yellow. If you've never had a red pepper or a yellow pepper or an orange or even a purple pepper, please get one and try them. They're so sweet and so good. And these are one things that I just slice up before dinner. So when I'm cooking dinner, if the boys are hungry, they can eat those. They used to do it a lot more than they do now, but it used to be when I started cooking dinner, they would come running and be like, I'm so hungry. And rather than getting something cruddy to eat, I'd have some veggies there for them. Which is really good because they would eat a ton of veggies because their nose was telling them that they were so hungry. So now the green onions. And we're going to take and just dice these just like you would just a normal green onions. And if you don't like onions, don't put onions in. That's the nice thing about this recipe. And if you like kale, that's one thing sometimes I'll put in is if we've got some nice, good, fresh kale, which I have some out in the garden right now that even got nipped by frost, so it's even sweeter, but it's really dark, and I got lazy, and so I didn't go up and get it. And so what I might do is get some tomorrow. I can always add it in later, so I might add it in tomorrow. Because when kale gets nipped by frost, it becomes super sweet, super duper sweet. And so we did have a frost recently, and that kale got it. And so it's really good. Okay, so we've got the onions, we've got the peppers, the 3 different, look at that, look how gorgeous that is. 3 things of pepper. We're going to add the pepperonis here in a second. Once again, if you want to use an easy way, just grab an Italian seasoning packet from your dressing aisle in the store, and you get zesty or regular. I'm a zesty kind of girl, so I always get zesty. And then we are going to need, let me grab it out of the fridge here. We are going to need just some regular Italian dressing. And if you make your own dressing, that's great. You can make your own Italian dressing and sprinkle that on. We also need the dry seasoning, which I said you can either use the Zesty Italian in a packet or you can make your own. Excuse me, I like to make my own. We're going to check our pasta because with that boil over no more, you can keep the water at a really high temperature. So it actually usually boils a little faster than 7 minutes. So we're going to check the pasta. And you pick that boil up no more, boil over no more, you kind of concave it like this so that way it drips back into the pot. And let's see here, we're trying to get see if the pasta's ready. Alright, so we're just going to taste test this, and you're going to need a big bowl. When that pasta gets done, you're going to need a big bowl. Yum. Okay, and this is, once again, this is a veggie pasta. For those that joined us late, it's alright. We did the veggie pasta, which is great for vitamins and minerals and fiber. Black olives, optional if you want to put black olives. If you want to put cheddar cheese or a mixed cheese of some sort. And once again, this is about the only thing I use bagged cheese for. I don't shred it fresh because when I shred cheese fresh for everything else in life, it sticks together just a little bit because it doesn't have that anti-caking agent on it that the bagged cheeses do. And the anti-caking agent actually helps for this recipe. It keeps so that the cheese stays unglopped when you're mixing it with the pasta salad. So that pasta is actually almost done. So we're going to get ready to strain it here in a second. After you take pasta out of the pot, even when you turn off the heat, if you keep it in the water, it continues to cook quite rapidly. When you take pasta out of the water and put it in the strainer, it still continues to cook as long as that pasta stays warm. And we want this pasta to quit cooking almost immediately. So we're going to put the pasta in the strainer, and then we're going to actually put cool water over it. And so you just run the tap water over it if you do that, or if you're like us and you have rainwater for your tap water, then we just use the jugs of water for things that we eat, for things that we digest. We don't actually drink our rainwater that we collect. I don't know if you all know, but we live on a hobby farm in southern Indiana, and we collect rainwater in a cistern for all of our bathing, all of our faucets, everything in the house runs off that rainwater. And so we don't drink it. We've got one of the water cooler things, and then we do get jugs of water if we need them for like cooking. So anyways, our pasta is now done. It's got to be done. It's done. Alright, so we're just going to strain the pasta. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. I think I'm off scene here. I'm just straining the pasta. There we go, just straining the pasta. And like I said, we're going to pour some cool water over that pasta because if we just leave it, even if it's warm, it's going to continue. Hey, Serena, and hey, Terry, it's going to continue to cook. So to stop the pasta from cooking, we need to put cool water over it. So I'm going to do that. Look, and you can just tap water over yours. And we're just going to cool this pasta down. So you can't really see it, but I'm cooling it down with water. Just cool water. Running cool water over it. And you want to kind of cook this pasta al dente. So it's got I can't stand mushy. Hey Ann, hey Serena, I can't stand mushy pasta. So al dente means that it's got a little bit of a thickness to it. When you bite into it, you can see a tiny bit of the white in the middle. And so that's one thing I like. I don't like mushy pasta. Alright, so we got our pasta drained, and you can see, there it is. And once again, we used, for some people that just got on here, we used a veggie pasta. It's really great for extra vitamins and minerals and fiber. How many times do you, this would be like a drinking game, how many times did I say that and you have to take a drink and then half of you would be drunk by now. But don't do that. Okay, so we've got pasta. Now we can start adding whatever we want to it. And we already diced up some red peppers, green peppers, and yellow peppers. I'm a huge fan of veggies, So we're going to put all those in there. It's going to be a veggie-laden pasta. All right, and this is where you would add either your packet of Italian seasoning or a tablespoon of your homemade Italian seasoning. And if you want me to say what those ingredients were again, I can list those again. Or you can wait till tomorrow when we have the video up on YouTube of this. This is going to be up on YouTube. And so I usually add a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half. If I do a whole box of the pasta, then I'll put a tablespoon and a half. So there we go, 1.5 tablespoon of our seasoning, our homemade seasoning. And then we are going to add just a couple squirts of our, that sounds really bad, squirts. A couple squirts. Just drizzle, a couple drizzles of your Italian seasoning. You can use whatever brand you like to use. Has anyone tried this Ken Steakhouse Zesty Italian? It's really good. And that's probably, you're looking at maybe like 1/4 cup to start out with of that dressing. We're going to give it a little bit of a mix here. And once again, if you make this at Christmas, just putting the red and the green peppers makes it look so festive. All right, so, and now we're going to add our pepperonis. Once again, I'm using the turkey pepperoni. And it's just up to you on how many you want to use, whether you want to use the whole package of turkey pepperoni or whether you want to use just some, I don't care. Or if you want, you know, the regular pepperoni. And I did see today they have salami pepperoni. That looked, if it wouldn't have killed me, it looked really, really good. But I can't eat that. So we're going with turkey. Turkey pepperoni, which, have you had turkey pepperoni? It's not bad. It's not like, honestly, it's not like turkey bacon. It's, I think it tastes more like regular pepperoni than anything. So we're going to put some in there. We're going to mix it up. And now this is perfect. This pasta salad is perfect for days later. I mean, you can eat on this for several days. It saves really easily and really well. YouTube folks there, if I'm looking over here a lot, it's because I've got Facebook Live going over here, so I'm trying to catch the comments. So I'm not ignoring you, YouTube. I promise I'm not ignoring you. This video is going to be on, for the Facebook folks, this video is going to be on YouTube tomorrow. So we're putting our pepperonis in, and I don't know why I'm not doing it right here so you guys can, well, you can't see it because it's too high. But we're putting our pepperonis in. You can put as many as you want in there. All right, we're just giving it a little bit of a mix here. And now I'm going to put my black olives in. Once again, this is totally optional. If you like black olives, put the black olives in. If you don't like black olives, leave them out. Oh, that can came hard. I'm going to drain out that liquid from the black olives. Oh my gosh, my dog's actually quieted down. Whew, they're not loud. You just got to separate those toddlers sometimes. Dogs are like toddlers. John, I know you're going to agree with me there. Dogs are such like toddlers. Sometimes I think they're worse than toddlers. Okay, so I put a whole can, the little can, of black olives in there. Oh, did you see it? There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, so we put the whole thing of black olives in there. You can put bits of broccoli. I've put bits of broccoli in there before, which was really good. I've put, excuse me, I've put bits of kale in there before, which was really good. And you can put like a little piece of chicken or turkey if you want. Okay, so now we're going to add our onions, and it really doesn't matter what order you add your veggies in. I just happen as I'm looking at them, I add them. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of more of Italian dressing. That pasta will soak up that Italian dressing, so when it's sitting in the fridge for a couple days when you get it out, you might need to add excuse me, another squirt of Italian dressing. So I think I've got everything in here that I wanted. We did the dressing, okay, so we've got the pasta salad done. It is done, folks. That is completely done, and it is so good. A friend of mine, we had gone and done a game night at my friend's house. When was it? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was Friday, Saturday, a couple days ago. Anyways, we had taken the bow tie version of this salad to their place for the game night, and I loved it. She loved it, and so I left the extra with her. And yesterday, Gunnar was at his football practice or whatever, game or whatever it was, and she pulls up and she's got this bowl of the pasta salad, and I was just like, oh, my mouth was watering. It looked so good because I had left the extra at her place, and so she was enjoying it a couple days later, which was wonderful. And so I was sitting there just kind of drooling, watching her eat that pasta salad, and so that's why I decided to make this today. Caleb, hey Caleb. And so that's why I decided to make this tonight, is because I saw Erin eating her pasta salad, which is the exact same thing, just different noodles. And so I decided to make it tonight, and I'm going to eat all of this all by myself for the next couple days. And I bet I can finish this off. I bet I can. And I won't even feel guilty about it, because I think with the, I'm going to say it again, with the veggie pasta, I think that's like I get to eat as much as I want, right? Literally, this has 16% fiber, which is so great, and tons of folate, tons of riboflavin, tons of iron, tons of thiamine, tons of niacin. I mean, we need that, right? I don't even know. What does niacin do for you? I'm not sure. Alright, hey everybody, one thing I really love about this pasta salad too is that you can add anything to it after the fact. So it's the day after we made the pasta salad last night, and I am just going to forage through the woods a little bit here, and I'm going to pick some of, let's see if you can see it well, where is it, there we go, some of these wild onions, just wild chives, onions, garlic chives, a couple different names, but yeah, so I'm going to harvest some of these and put them on my pasta salad that I'm going to have this morning. And so with these, I mean, you can see there's some here, and then there's some right there, right there. And this is an area of the woods where the dogs and the cats don't go potty. And so I know these are pretty much good to go. And we're gonna wash them anyways, but I'm just gonna simply cut the base here. Hello, kitters. Cut the base here. And the animals have access to this area, but they don't go potty here. I've washed them several times. But yeah, the cat just plopped over. Hello, little Uno. So I'm just going to harvest these. And then we're going to head up to the garden. And this morning, I want to, let me get the scissors. This morning, I want to add a little bit of kale as well. So let's head up there. Hi, Fuzzy Bear. Hold on, look at, there's Fuzzy, just laying watching me. Hi, Fuzzy Bear, one of our Great Pyrenees. All right, so we're gonna head up to the garden and get some kale. Alrighty, folks, so we were up in the garden here, and you can see I've got some kale here that I haven't planted yet, but we can go ahead and we can harvest a few of these little leaves to use for our salad. Absolutely no problem. So we're gonna harvest these bigger leaves. And when you harvest any kind of kale or lettuce or spinach or anything like that, when you harvest it, it actually sends a message to the plant to grow more arms. So like when you, or more arms or more leaves. So with lettuce, when you pluck one off or cut one off or whatever, it sends out that hormone, that growth hormone, and it says grow more, grow more. And so that's really good. And so we just are going to have a small bowl of the pasta salad this morning. So really, that's all the kale we need. All fresh and yummy. Yum! Hey everybody! Okay, so it's the next day. We did the pasta salad last night, and we did a live Facebook video with that. So a lot of times when I was looking over here at the camera for the live Facebook, is because I was talking and looking at the comments and trying to answer their questions. So you didn't get me looking dead on at the camera here for the YouTube video. So I'm sorry. I promise I wasn't ignoring you last night. So we made the pasta salad last night, and this is what it looks like the next day. And this is kind of like chili. It is honestly even better the next day. So one thing we forgot to do on the YouTube part of the video last night, and I remembered it when I was on the Facebook Live like an hour later. We were on there for like an hour and 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. And so we did it on the Facebook, was we didn't add the lemon zest to the pasta salad. So what you do is you get your zester, and there'll be a link down here in the description of this video where you can get your own zester. It's so handy to have a zester in the kitchen, just really, really handy. And it just looks like that. And zest is just the peel of a fruit in a dish. And so you're just zesting off the very top layer of that fruit. Lemons and limes and grapefruit and oranges are the most common things that we zest. And when you zest, you want to just lightly rub it over the zester, and watch out because these zesters are usually quite sharp. And just moving it all the time. So I'm going to zest this. I'm not going to zest it over the pasta salad because we did it last night on that Facebook, on the Facebook video. But I'm going to show you just how to use zest. So what you do is you take your zester, however it's comfortable, wash your fruit, your lemon, wash it well, and then you just gently rub it, and then you're turning it. So you're just little motions, and you're turning it constantly so that you're not getting into that like the spongy pilf, whatever that's called. You want just the very top layer of the lemon zested out. And I tap the zester just to get all that zest off the back. You can take your finger and kind of scrape along there. I'm not going to zest the entire lemon because I don't want to waste it. We'll use this for something else. But that's how you zest. And I just zested it directly over the salad. I think I even zested a little bit over the bowl that I was having. So yeah, so you are welcome to zest. And if you don't want to do fresh zest on your salad, then just use that lemon pepper seasoning and a teaspoon of that, and that works just as well, although I like the fresh lemon zest taste in there. It's just like a bolt of flavor, and I love it. Now, as you saw just a few minutes ago, we went out to the woods and we gathered a few things that I want to add to my pasta salad today. So I'm going to grab a spoon here. I'm going to have a little bit of pasta salad today. And the nice thing with this pasta salad is you can make just a very basic one with what everybody likes in the family. And then each day or every time you have a bowl of it, you can add whatever you want in your pasta salad. Let's say you want a little bit extra lemon zest, okay? So then you throw in a little extra lemon zest. Let's say you want some wild onion or wild chives. So you just go to the woods or wherever you have them growing, and you just wash them first and then chop up some of those for yourself. I'm going to do that in my bowl today, and that just adds a really great depth of flavor. So I'm going to sprinkle those over, and it just looks really good. I went up to the garden, as you saw just a few minutes ago. I gathered some kale. So I'm going to throw just some fresh kale in there. Oh, the fresh kale is so good. And this kale actually got nipped by the frost, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but kale that gets nipped by the frost actually is sweeter. And so that's just like the best kale ever. All right, we're going to get that big stem off. So I'm just going to roughly chop this kale, just so it's not big, huge pieces. And then I'm going to put that in my salad. And oh, that looks delicious. And you just made it 10 times healthier. And if your family's not a big fan of kale, and you are, well then guess what? Your own personal bowl of salad has your kale in it. So that's it. This pasta salad is phenomenal. It's a hit everywhere I go when I take it. If I'm making it for other people, a lot of people don't like this veggie pasta. They're just not on board with it, and so that's fine. I usually make a bow tie pasta when I take it other places, but if you can get away with making a veggie pasta or a wheat pasta or something like that, the fiber in that and the vitamins and the minerals are really, they're going to skyrocket your health beautifully. So let's get an up close and personal of this salad. I'm going to come up close and personal. Look at that. It's got that kale. Oh, it's so good. So, so good. All right, and I've got a cough drop in, but I can't wait. I can't go and spit it. I don't have time for that. I got to take a bite. That kale is amazing in there. You guys have an absolutely great day. And remember, always do what you can with what you have wherever you are, because you can homestead anywhere, anytime, with anything. Whatever time you're at in your life or whatever resources you have, do what you want. I've said it before, if you love canning, but you can't have the garden, go to the grocery store and get some produce and can it. you know, at least practice canning and enjoy that part of homesteading. No one says it has to be from your garden. Nobody says that. So just really enjoy your life and do what you can with what you want, or with what you have, with what you want there too. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.